Hey gang, so this particular video is on the Philippines, and yeah, again, apologize for being so tardy between my different videos, but this one I tried to do something different. For one thing, I had quite a bit more video material because I used the GoPro for the underwater sections, so I tried to do more video work versus the static photos. But I had to learn some new techniques. I also tried to deal with the fact that using copyrighted music material you can't, so trying to learn how to grab free music material to provide a little bit of background music. So there were a lot of new techniques I had to learn this time, so that made it take longer, in addition to my own just general procrastination. But I hope you enjoy the video. I think my videos are going to vary through time, depending on what I'm trying to accomplish with them. I think there's still a lot of confusion even in my own head whether these are a record of my trip for myself and Katie, which I think sometimes that's really what I want to do, kind of a best of reel, to trying to teach something to whomever is actually watching these videos, trying to make them somewhat educational. And then there's just you know, generally sharing the trip with you guys and giving you a feel for what it's like to do this stuff. So there's, you know, ideas that I have for videos potentially are things like sharing my budget. Now that we're almost a year into this, I could show the budget and see how that is. But that again is a very different type of video. And of course, I'm using all this to, you know, get a little better at my YouTube skills and my camera and film editing skills. So anyway, you'll probably see a wide variety of content if you keep watching these. And I don't think they'll be released super regularly, so apologies for that. I know how it is. And when you're following a video channel anyway, I like to see them come out fairly frequently. But I know I'm going to be lazy sometimes and very interested in putting a video out quickly other times. So, all right, gang. Well, thanks for listening to all that, and welcome to the Philippines. So we flew from Singapore over to Manila, capital of the Philippines. Manila is a big city. Not very interesting to us. The hostel we went to had a really nice rooftop bar where it was nice to look around, but there really wasn't much to do in Manila itself. The hostel also did a good job of giving us a little preview of the town. So the next day we headed out and flew from Manila down to the island of Bohol, and really a small island off that, Pangalao. So not everybody's very familiar with the geography of the Philippines. So from Pangalao, red circle number 1, we're going to go up to Cebu next, and then to a place called Mobile. And I still can't pronounce that right. Finally, we go over to El Nido, and from there we take a boat to Coron. So that's our overarching trip. One thing to note is how close all of this actually is to Borneo, where we were previously. So here's a closer look at Bohol and Pangalao. They're the smaller area. And it was nice, beautiful beaches, lots of really nice places to go. It focused on the marine. The one trip we did do there was a trip to look for dolphins and to go do a little snorkeling. The dolphin thing was kind of a mess because the boats kind of chased them around, and I didn't really like the way they dealt with that. But, you know, it is fun to see dolphins. And the island itself that we snorkeled around was beautiful. Later, we did a trip to see some things up there. That little eye just hopped across to a place called the Chocolate Hills. They're a unique formation of karst landscape that's eroded. Another stop on the tour was coming back. We stopped at the Tarsier Refuge, or Sanctuary. So awesome place. We'd come to Philippines specifically to see tarsiers. We kind of have a game out of trying to find at least one critter in every place we go that we want to see. Tarsiers was the one for the Philippines. And they're really amazing. Really cool little primates. Very, very good to see them in the wild. It was time to take off. We headed up to the island of Cebu and the capital city of Cebu City, and then took a car across to Mobile. So Mobile, I can't pronounce it, but I put it up on the thing for you, is a place that's known for having really great canyoneering, waterfalls, and sunsets. So a lot of people come out and catch all that. But the real thing it's famous for, beyond the great sunsets, is the sardine run. And that's what I'm going to show you more of. So for the next part, just appreciate the view as I take you along here and play a little bit of music, because I think that's the best way to enjoy this kind of spectacle. Cheers. So hanging out with with a large school of fish that are moving in kind of a random synchronicity is just a really different experience. And I think everybody should experience that feeling of being part of a larger group. You get that when you're snorkeling with this kind of thing. So enjoy. So yeah, there are turtles here. There were turtles here every day grazing alongside the sardines. So yeah, that's another enjoyable thing. Turtles really are wonderful to watch. They're so peaceful. And this was our morning, every morning when we were out in Mobile. We enjoyed it, and we realized that we wanted to do more marine stuff, because that's really what the Philippines is. At least for us, it was the best thing. But eventually we have to leave, and this is when we flew over to El Nido. The flight over was really cool because we could see a lot more of the islands and just see how they look. And the little airport was great to land in because it was so rustic. El Nido Harbor, or Cove, had some great views. A beautiful beach, surrounded by limestone cliffs, just really dramatic landscape and very pretty. And we had some great dinners overlooking that area. Frequently, while walking back at dusk, we would manage to see kingfishers out working the little cove. We've frequently found that kingfishers are one of our favorite birds to look for. I guess that's because we've been near water almost the entire trip. So this is something that I thought I'd share with you. So the things you're seeing, and I'm going to slow it down in a minute, those aren't birds. Those are actually flying fox bats coming out of roost and heading out for the night to forage for fruit and nectar. So those big creatures there are big bats. So, you know, again, something just really neat to be able to see and watch. So something that may get lost here because I slowed it down so you could really kind of see their form. But, you know, there were hundreds of these guys going through this route. It's obviously where they head every evening. And there were a lot of them. So that's just really neat to see, and a sign that some of the ecosystem is pretty healthy. Well, we left El Nido for what became our favorite part of the trip. This is the little bus we took across the island to get on our boat. That's what it looks like. So we left El Nido and made our way to the other side of the island where we got on a boat, and we spent 3 nights on various islands between El Nido, finally arriving in Coron. This was really the favorite part of of the trip for us. It was just so relaxing to spend, your day motoring between different locations and then jumping into the water and seeing what's there. We literally had our best time during this part of the trip. Each night we would head into an island and set up in some kind of a bungalow situation. The crew would cook for us, providing lots of really good authentic Filipino food. In the morning, they would ferry us back back to the boat from our lodging, and we would head out to the first snorkeling spot at that point. Yeah, it was a good ride. The accommodations were rustic but good. The water clarity, as you can see here, is amazing. That's really what started to impress me the most about the Philippines as we got to the more remote islands, was just how good the water was. And you can see it when you get under and look at the coral life. So now I think that the best way to share this is actually just to let you guys watch some of the best of footage we took underwater with some music and let you watch it rather than me talking over it the whole time. So that's how happy we were at the end of the Philippines trip. We really realized that our trip happiness went way up once we got to just hang out underwater and do things, and that was really the best part of traveling the Philippines. Yeah, I don't think I think for the video extra this time, I'm just going to show you one of the coolest looking or most handsome squirrels that I've seen of late. So that's the little extra video you'll get at the end. Cheers.